Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app, O'Connor and Company.
WMAL. 7:06 Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us on our live stream that we like to call radio. Why is that funny? We got to better communicate to the younger audience, Julie. So if you say listen to our radio show, they're like, radio? It's like, no, we're live streaming, okay? We're
so
live
bitter.
streaming, man.
You're so bitter.
It's our 4-hour morning live stream. It's O'Connor and Company. Thanks for tuning in. Joining us at 7:35, Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch. He's got the goods on those that done Peanut the Squirrel wrong. And then at 8:05, my conversation with Secretary of Education Linda McMahon yesterday at 1600 Pennsylvania. It was a good day yesterday over there at the White House, and you'll hear that coming up. It's Larry O'Connor with live stream podcaster Julie Gunlock. Good morning, Julie. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning.
Right now, we're joined by a good man, Pat Herrity. He's a member of the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors. When last we spoke, he was announcing his campaign to be lieutenant governor. But, it's interesting, Supervisor Herrity. God always has different plans for us, and it's always humbling when he taps us on our shoulder and reminds us of his sovereignty. And it turns out that you announced this weekend that you were withdrawing from this race due to health issues. And first of all, listen, no one has anything bad to say about you. You're a classy man, and you are a professional, and you're a patriot. I'm sorry that you've had to do with this, but I'm most sorry about your health situation. Can you give us an update? How are things going?
Things are going well. It is going to take me. Had some complications after heart surgery, and it's going to take me a good bit longer to recover than I anticipated. Maybe looking at some additional procedures, but I'm not going to be able to give it the 150% it takes to travel statewide, 6 out of 7 days a week, and be on all the time. And it's not in the cards for me this year. And as we talked before, as you remember, we now have a radio broadcaster as a lieutenant governor candidate.
Yes.
So we'll see how radio broadcasters do.
Don't count us out, Herrity. Don't ever count out the radio talk show host. Listen, your colleagues on the board of Supervisors are not helping out your heart condition in any way whatsoever. I mean, that's challenge enough. And last night's budget meeting, I think, was a good representation of that. What are they thinking? Are they usually elected officials in a county want to attract new residents and want to attract new businesses, but these guys seem to have a different agenda.
Yeah, Larry and Julie, I just don't get it. For years, I've been asking. We've known bad budgets have been coming for years, between the commercial tax base and the pandemic, and now the federal workforce. But they won't do a deep dive on the budget. I think they're afraid of some of the things that are sitting in the budget, the decisions that they made. But we've had a 60% increase in taxes over the last 10 years. This year alone, there's a 7.5% increase on the average homeowner, and then they're going to put a meals tax and a hotel tax on top of that. And if I can, I'm sorry, worse yet, the budget includes $30 million in cuts to public safety, including things like ambulances, rescue squads, our CERT team, high school crossing guards, our middle school after-school program that's been around 20 years. And people are upset. There were 150 people that testified last night, 120 on the budget and 30 on the various tax rate increases. And we got another night tonight with over 100, and who knows how many will show up on Thursday. People are very upset.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about that. I've never seen movement like this. I've gotten so many emails. Katie Gorka came on yesterday to talk about a rally, and I've gotten emails from several people, including, Catholic groups, and there's been some really compelling testimony from, young families saying, we can't, one, expand our family, and two, we can't stay here, even with the family that we have. So have you seen sort of this grassroots movement like this? Because I think this is really powerful.
Well, I haven't seen it quite like this. There were, the boardroom was full last night of people that were there wearing yellow shirts, stop raising taxes. They were wearing white shirts, no more, no tax on meals.
Yeah.
The budget, the county executive it's been left to the county executive to come up with cuts. But unfortunately, what's not up for discussion and for reductions by the board are literally the hundreds of millions we're spending on government subsidized housing, the $100+ million we're spending on carbon neutrality, the millions we're spending just on the staff side for collective bargaining. We, the board over staff's objection adopted prevailing wage and project labor agreement, which our staff said was going to increase project costs by 10 to 15%. And then you add another 6 to 10% from the board approved requirement to go from LEED silver to LEED gold. I just, at every turn, this board increases costs. And then when it comes to budget, they raise taxes and cut programs that are important to our residents.
Wow.
And it's got to change. And what you're seeing is people reacting to those two things, those two dynamics.
We're speaking with Fairfax County Supervisor Pat Herrity. A big chunk of the budget is, of course, for the school system. You've got a school board who is defying the president's executive order over gender policies, absolutely saying, fine, we'll see you in court. That means they're putting in danger federal funding, number one. But number two, that means they're going to spend money on lawyers to have a big fight with Donald Trump because they're more interested in politically fighting with Donald Trump than they are in actually providing a good education. And it's over these gender policies that the majority of Fairfax County residents even don't like. And that's a county that leans to the left. Is there any indication from your colleagues that they can actually sort of rein in this out-of-control school board and tell them that they can fight their woke political battles, but don't do it with tax dollars and don't do it at the expense of the children?
Yeah, and unfortunately, Larry, it's for the last several school boards, we have stopped electing PTA mom and dads and started electing people that were interested in political careers.
Yep.
So the school boards now have become all about a stepping stone to the Board of Supervisors or other elected office, and then it becomes about political agendas. And when you're in a one-party county like this, like Fairfax, it becomes about political agendas. And you mentioned the gender stuff, but you've also got millions and millions invested in equity. You've got administration that's out of control. I could go on and on about the school board and the school budget. I mean, I was ridiculed. I get ridiculed regularly, but I was ridiculed 3 years ago when I wanted to reduce the school budget because we dropped 13,000 students in the pandemic.
Right.
The one bright spot here is that the board is not giving the school board the full transfer. So there is a little bit of a bright spot that there's starting to be a little bit of a check on the school board.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Pat Herrity, member of the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors. And we keep you in our prayers as you continue to mend. And we look forward to you engaging in more and more fights on our behalf in days to come. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anytime, Larry.